on behalf of my community. My name is J. Rick Medeiros Garcia, and I live about 1.5 miles downstream of this diversion. And I reached out to Mr. Khalil Manuel back in September. He acted as if he was going to help us with this issue. As you all seen, his presentation was incomplete. This illegal diversion has been going on for many years. Back in January of 2019, Mr. Howell was fined for this diversion. Somehow, some way, the fine got swept underneath the table. Now, we suffering downstream from practicing our cultural rights. We now, since he's been diverting the water for over 8 years, we now have our resources have been depleted. The o'opu, the opai, the crayfish, the prawns, that my kids are now not able to go gather due to this one very rich, wealthy guy. That water is not going down a different river. That water is going to the back of his marijuana facility and held in a reservoir. There's no way these guys can see that. No way. I've been watching this river for years now because my kids now, I cannot allow them to swim in this river. I know this is now an action session, but I'm asking you guys, I just found out about this meeting 2 days ago. I got on the plane because it is important for me to speak for our gathering rights and my kids' gathering rights and future generations, especially the community, who some in my community do depend on these resources to feed the ohana. Not everybody got money there in Pepe'ekio. Makahana law is our ahupua'a. I've been watching our resources, and DLNR has been failing in our community to make sure that the resources is fine. You know, this stream here at my house, I asked Mr. Khalil Manuel to send somebody to come to my property. It's my in-laws' property because they wanted me to define that. What is my relationship to the river? It doesn't matter my relationship to the river. What matters is that you're going to help us save the resources. And he chose not to. He chose not to. He had Mrs. Alakai email me telling me they're going to find me. And I'm not even diverting anything. My concern is we must bring this back up to somewhere where we can deny this permit because really, the resources has been depleted. There's nothing. I cannot let my kids swim in the river for one reason. Our riverways are long, and it's not always at a tilt. It's flat. So majority of the water becomes stagnant, and when stagnant water sits there in our river, it now becomes staph infected, leptospirosis infected. What part of that is protecting our resources? Now, look what happened. Just a study just done recently in our Bayfront Hilo. We have the highest level of staph. Why? Mr. Ha's been diverting this river for over 8 years. Yeah? Now he sold his marijuana facility to Shropshire. Now Shropshire is now illegally diverting Honolulu River. He's teaching them. Mr. Manuel had allowed them to set a precedent. If you have money, you're allowed to take the water. That water is not coming back to our river, not one drop. We need it to be returned back to our river, not another river. That water is not for another river. It's for our river. I cannot let my kids enjoy the recreation part of it now, because it's life or death probably now because of the staph infections. My in-laws had bought that property for the resources and the Waihe'e. We all know that Waihe'e is life. We all know without water, everything dies. And my river is dying now. And now our bamboo shoots not producing enough moisture. Our riverbanks, our wallaby not producing. This is all natural resources, and I'm not planting them. This is all planted, but we do collect these resources to feed our ohana. As kids growing up, we had contests on who caught the most prawns. You know, nowadays, in that river, we see 4 prawns, we cannot catch them because we hope they're going to migrate. It is important that we try and bring this to. I asked these guys to put me on a list to inform me and the community members. Whenever there's a hearing about this issue, I want to be present. I want to know about it. We got nothing. I am offering them to come to our property, to come and see the devastation. Come see the devastation on my river. I sent pictures. I sent pictures of my kids swimming years ago. And so like I tell me, oh, that's inappropriate pictures you're showing us of kids in bathing suits. It's my kids jumping off the waterfall. Now they cannot jump off the Wailuku because no more enough water. They won't hit the rock. It is crazy. I asked them, how is it possible you guys can make this decision from behind a desk and not come at me and walk up the river? I'll take you guys for that walk. I'd be more than happy to walk any of you up that river. You know, up the river. There was I gave you guys all testimonies. Used to be mellow. Yeah? He was trying to raise his family with a natural lo'i, which our federal constitution says these conservation rivers can be diverted for one thing and one thing only. Lo'is. The state is not even getting anything from Mr. Ha, who is propagating clearing off of this. You guys probably don't even know that the water goes through his property. He's just subdivided 200 acres. He has 10 parcels, 20 acres of parcel. On each parcel, there's a box with 2 meters. He became his own PUC in a matter of 8 years. Whoever buy the property from him, now he's going to have to purchase water and electric from him. The least he could do was provide our community with electricity. But this is for one's propagation. I could see if the state would have some, but maybe that's where the fine went. I don't know. That's not for me to talk about. But the most important thing here is, here's what's happening. I am also the chairman of our shoreline there. And how I know DLNR is not doing nothing? Because I'm witnessing it. Okay? The most biggest problem we got now is our county, our harbors. Now we got 6 cruise ships coming into our harbors.
So, sir, I think you're getting off topic.
No, this is on topic. Because the rivers are diverted, illegally diverted. Yeah? We got the cruise ships dumping their waste 10 miles out of the dock, which puts them right in front of Pepe Kill. You guys never, on this thing right here, you guys never go all the way to the ocean where the water goes.
Can I ask you to wrap up your testimony now?
Sure. You guys don't know where the water goes. I know exactly where the water goes. It goes through the ocean. It's a conservation river. You guys should have never allowed a permit without without an environmental assessment. He's talking about 2017 and 2016. Well, this goes back to 2009. He had depleted. Sure, he never seen nothing. It's depleted. I ask you guys, please bring this back so my community can have due process, because our rights have clearly been violated. And it hurts to know that the state is not even concerned about our future generations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So you're,
I'm Jared.
yeah, you stated that the water that's coming out of the hydro plant is being used to,
It's following the electricity out to the marijuana facility.
and then it's been used to further a subdivision. So, I mean, our staff has said the
It's
water is going back into the stream.
No, it's not. They claim that, right? They claim that. But I was recently the president of Pepe Kill, and I was invited to his marijuana facility. When I went there, I didn't go there to look at his facility. I went there to go look at where my water was going. He made a man-made reservoir behind that marijuana facility. When I questioned him about it, he said that was his freshwater spring. There is no freshwater spring there. I've been looking into this for many years, guys. I'm not here just blowing smoke. That's how I've been blowing smoke to. You know, I spoke to this gentleman here. I can't even look at him because, you know, he really made me thought he was going to help us. But he did nothing to help us. I'm sorry, but this is very touchy subject up for me because it is, we cannot practice our rituals and so, you know, our prayers and stuff like that. We do not have the resources for what we normally do, but it is very concerning.
Any other questions?
Jared, what would be your resolution, if you will? It's not a matter before us.
Put the hydro pump in the river. We'll continue to get the water. That wouldn't be a problem. Because like the study show, I showed you guys get the low east and stuff like that, yeah? The resources must need a certain type of temperature to live, to not grow bacteria, right? This guy's not returning one drip of water back. And now, guess what they did? They allowed him to name that diversion on stream. That is crazy.
Thank you very much. Any other public testimony?
If I may,
Yeah.
I don't have anything written, but I would like to ask the board, when they did a review,
Your name?
on the record. And my understanding is in January sometime, you folks appeared before the board, you guys raised a lot of questions in terms of Mr. Hobbs' artifact permit. And I would like to ask you guys to go back and reevaluate the remediation plan that was presented today to see if the question that you folks raised in January was addressed and has been remedied. A couple of things I noticed right off the bat on the pictures. Mr. Haas said that he was gonna take down that wall that was in the state property, but I see a continuous wall. The other thing I saw is that he said that he was gonna drill a hole, make it bigger, so that more water can pass through underneath, so that they can achieve the IIF flows. I didn't see that. So if this remediation plan was to meet some objective, which somebody said at the meeting was gonna be done within 6 months, it's been over 6 months. I'm gonna ask you guys to deny this because they failed to meet the commitments of the board and the just result.
Okay.
That's all
I forgot to add one thing. The wall. My father-in-law worked for the plantation. His name is Randall Nakasato. He worked for the plantation. He was in charge of going up there and breaking down the walls in the plantation closed. When I showed him the picture of that wall, he said at the plantation days, that wall never go to halfway of the river. That thing is now gone past 3/4 ways across the river. And I know people back in 2009 that went, 2010, 2011, 2012, break the wall, and he made it bigger and stronger, leaving us with less water. Thank you.
Okay, any other testimony?
Yes. I'll go last, you go first.
Aloha, Commissioners. My name is Jonathan Shore. I'm a consultant to the Department of Plant Homelands. And if you recall, I testified on behalf of DHHL last January on this matter, raising a number of matters in the letter signed by then Chairperson Masakatani. It is one of the matters we raised was that we believe that because the stream diversion exists in part on state lands, that actually a water license is required in this matter. It is my recollection from the discussion was that there was a directive that the land division staff would pursue that matter. Just wanted to let you know that has not happened over the course of the last year. So therefore, the 30% revenue that might be coming due to the Department of Plant Homelands under a state water license, of course, is not being, there's no license, there's no revenue. I will also just say we had actually raised in our testimony that we believe that there was not a sufficient basis given for the setting of an IFS. And what I've heard today, just reflecting for you, is that the excellent staff, Aaron, has reflected that the IFS was set based entirely on an idea that it was solely for the existence of native biota. But what apparently the testimony is saying is that there's also traditional and customary practices and other things that are downstream of that, and that the IFS that was set in the stream was not set on that basis. And so I just observed that that's a part of the dynamic that's in front of you as you consider whether or not this update that you required a year ago does actually show that the remediation was done according to the direction that you gave to the staff.
Thank you. Other testimony?
Yes. I'll make it short.
All right, Kikyo Kalani, good morning. Elders and kapunas. So we'll make this really short and sweet. So I live on Oahu. We have a Paki bloodline. Kikyo Kalani is my name, a child of heaven. if you guys know from our grandma, which taught us how to take care of the water rights. President Jimmy Carter's Act, protecting the American Indian freedom, religious acts protects water, native owner rights, as we all know this. However, we've gone through a lot of havoc with the world, and a lot of people like to blame, as you guys can tell. So we don't want to put blame on any names. However, the supreme law of the land is treaties between the Hawaiian Kingdom and the United States, which I have right here, you guys can see as a treaty. So the supreme law of the land is literally right here, with Zachary Taylor and Our Majesty's side right here. So we're supposed to be following the laws here as the supreme law of the land under the American Constitution. But before that, we also have Hawaiian Constitution, 1887. I went to Washington, D.C. to look for this. It does not exist in two libraries of Congress. It exists here. Under Article 22 of the Royal Stirrups, it's supposed to go to the heirs and successors of the bloodline, which is right in front of it. And we have King Kalakau's will right here, transcribed, if you guys would like copies. So I'll just read you 8 of the will. After the payment of our just debts, we make the following disposition of the property, both real and personal, which we shall be seized and possessed at the time of our death. The same not being royal domain or crown lands, but being our private property, namely give, devise, and bequeath unto our beloved Queen Kapilan Keikaulike, and to her heirs, and assigns forever all of our estate, real and personal whatsoever, in name or mature, and wheresoever situated in the Hawaiian Kingdom. So, May 21st day, our Lord 1886, signed Kalakaua Rex. So this is the supreme law of the land, and we're supposed to be following the rules and following the laws. Apparently, they don't have the same book. I don't think they went to the Kapolei library, because I remember I'm Hawaiian Chinese, I'm Hawaiian Portuguese, yes, I use my library card. So what we're trying to show is there is a standard way to get out of here. We follow the law. We do everything's right. We do it pony. And we have the road patents, and we do have the maps to go back. So if we want to do a probate and all of this, there's only 3 sets of probate. You can look at the Hawaii State Archives or download it. For Queen Emma, for everybody. But you must prove your lineal descendancy, which is 9 to 10 generations deep. There's a way forward if we're working together as a community, as a lahui, as our people. Because people think Hawaiian is a bloodline. No, Hawaiian's nationality. The Kanaka Maui would be a bloodline. And the last closing is, what comes first? The canoe or the Mayflower? Like the coconut or the Mayflower? Which came first? As we all know. That's all.
Thank you. Any other testimony? Okay, thank you very much.